Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm gonna be putting on my sunglasses, although it's night and I'm inside, mainly because my eyes, you can see here, something's wrong with it, but it's going down, it's going away slowly, but I just don't want to look silly. I don't want to look like Nyquil and Dayquil. I don't want to have like two weird eyes. Anyways, so I'm just gonna put on my sunglasses just so I can just breeze through this, okay? Um, Today I'm going to be talking to you about some additional biblical stuff, mainly because recently I've been reading the Bible and I am dissecting it in such a way that is extremely profound and very encouraging to understand that the writers of the Bible were sages. They were great mystic and teachers, as well as Jesus was, obviously, and they weren't necessarily preachers or just throwing verbal jargon at us. They actually had deep meaning, and the true meaning of the Bible is that it is all about us as individuals, right? It's not about what's happening in the world, but it's about us. It is a codex or a coded written book that really, you require a specific set of knowledge to decipher it. So I've acquired a reasonable amount of knowledge, and so with reading it recently, I see it in a whole different way, and I find so much more value in it. Because previously, I hated the Bible, I hated the text so bad, mainly because I felt like all it did was entrap people to become slavery to a religion. And it's not the Bible that does that, but it's these religious cults and these religious groups, organizations that program people to be slaves to a religious idea or belief. And so I hope to break that for many people, because ideally the Bible is a profoundly spiritual book. Okay. And if you don't have the prerequisite understanding to decipher it, you're going to miss the point. You're going to miss the point. So today I'm going to be going through three scriptures with you, specifically scriptures that I read in the Psalms, and they're super powerful. So I hope to decipher them in a way that will make sense for you. As you know, this channel is a spiritual channel. It's all about helping you rise to your true self, rise to your true potential, and become the God man or the God being that you are. We are all emanations of God in flesh. We are all the one source being representing himself as many or masquerading as many. We are all one. So, even though religion tell us to look outside for God or look outside for the creator, I want you to understand the creator is in each one of us. And so if you can decipher that, it will unlock things within you. So I hope to help you do that, not only through the Bible, but through other texts as well. But as for now, we're currently dealing with the Bible. So let's dive on in. Let's go to here. Let's start at Psalms 1. 1, 1 to 2. So let's kick it off. It says, Blessed is the one, blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, okay? Or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers. Blessed is that person, all right? But whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. Now, I'm going to point out these two specifically regarding the law, okay? Let's highlight this. Whoops, it wants me to sign in. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Let's deal with this verse here. All right. Can't even get this thing properly. But those who delight in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. Okay. The law of God is the law of nature, and it's the law of the universe, right? If you study metaphysics or you study any esoteric teaching, you'll come to understand the law of the universe. The law of the universe is to be in balance with nature, to understand reciprocity, cause and effect, duality. All these things are the law of God, right? We're gonna visit that in the what is that book called? We're gonna visit it one day. Hopefully I will get to it, and hopefully you're here and you will be able to better understand what is the law of God. Um, the Kabbalion, that's the book I'm thinking of. In the Kabbalion states the law of the universe, right? And so the law of God, delighting in the law of God is delighting in the law of the universe. And that is being good, resonating in the frequency of love, and doing the right things. Okay? And then it says here, who meditates on his law day and night. Meditating on the law of God is thinking high vibrational, right? Being in a positive state of mind, understanding that everything you do right now will affect you later. Cause and effect, right? The creator is the first cause. We are the effect of that, right? We are a reflection of God. And so anything we do in our minds, which is the cause, will be the effect in the physical world, right? So we gotta take heed of the what happens in our mind. That's why it tells us to meditate on the law of God, so we can keep our thoughts pure, keep our mind pure, and stay away from things that do not serve us, right? And then it says that person is like a tree planted by the stream of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prosper, right? When you are a high vibrational being resonating in a God frequency continuously, how can you fail? Nothing this world can do to you will ever affect you, because you are always on the frequency of the creator, which is that blissed frequency of love, that energy, that vibration of love. You permeate all around you, and everything around you is affected, and you uplift people, and you step into new heights, and you become the being you're meant to be. You can walk through your life in a fulfilled manner, and a purpose driven life you endeavor in, because you're meditating on the law, and you are planted like a tree by the stream of water, right? And everything you do will prosper. It's telling you right here. Um, you know, I keep saying this almost every video I make. I started studying the golden verses of Pythagoras, right? And the golden verses of Pythagoras really helped me to understand how the Bible is written, right? The Bible has a lot of stuff that is not important, but what you need to focus on is the verses like these. Verses like these are the ones that have the real good stuff in it. All right, let's carry on. We'll visit the golden verses another time. It says, not so wicked. Okay, not so the wicked. They are like chaff. Chaff meaning garbage. They're no good. That the wind blows away. Therefore, the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. Okay? The judgment is you judging yourself, you becoming a conscious being, realizing that your whole life is a reflection of your mind. You begin to judge yourself. That's what the judgment day is about. That's what Revelation is about. When you become conscious and aware of yourself, you do away with all the things, and the destruction that happens on the earth is destruction in yourself. Destruction of all the bad ways and all the negative things that do not serve you. You destroy it, you do away with it, and you become a being of light, energy. You become radiant, right? And wicked people won't come around you, and you will always stand in the assembly of the righteous. Okay? For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. Let me say that again. The way of the wicked leads to destruction. A wicked person destroys themselves. If you're wicked in the mind, your whole life will be destroyed. We see it in everyday life. And if you don't see it happening to people around you or happening in the world, you're blind. But a conscious being will see the actions of people and what the result will be. A lot of times I see people doing things and I know what's going to happen later on, or I know how things are going to unfold later on because of the actions, right? My sister-in-law, I remember when I first met her, through my wife, obviously, I met her daughter, my sister-in-law's daughter, and I said, you know what, you guys are spoiling this child, and she's going to be brat when she grows up, and she's not going to value things, and you're going to have problems. I told them when I first met them, right? This was 12 years ago, and now they are having so much trouble with her. Unfortunately, that's just how it is, right? But you got to understand that what you do now will affect you later, right? And you, when you become highly conscious, you see how things will affect you later. You understand that what you do now will affect you later, because everything that takes place starts in the mind. The mind is the cause, and the effect is how you experience your world, right? So if your life is not in the place where you want to be, understand that you got to fix your mind. You got to change up here. If you don't change the mind, nothing will change for you. You know, people can have next to nothing, but they can exist in heaven. And some people have so much and they're in hell because it's all happening up here. All right? Now let's move on to Psalms 46:10. It says here, he says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still. What does it mean to be still? It means to meditate, quiet the mind, quiet the nonsense that's happening in the mind. You know, quiet yourself. People go through their whole life without even stopping for 1 minute to quiet their mind, or to stop themselves from overthinking things, or to, just to notice how their mind operates, right? Moses, remember, Moses was talking to the burning bush, and all of a sudden Moses said, "Who shall I tell Pharaoh sent me?" And he says, "I am that I am." This was Moses in deep realization that I am God in flesh, right? We all are God in flesh. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth." The nations is your thoughts. Okay? The nations is your thoughts. When it says, "I will be exalted among the nations," raise your "I am" above your thoughts, and realize that you are not your thoughts, but your thoughts are streaming to you constantly based on what you input into your brain. Be conscious. Be the "I am." Right? Rise above the nations, right? Be exalted among the nations, which is your thoughts. And then, "I will be exalted in the earth." What does it mean to be exalted in the earth? Rise above body consciousness. Rise above your body. Go above your body and realize that you are not the body. All the addictions of this body, go above it. The earth is the body. Okay? Rise above it and become conscious and aware. Be the "I am." Okay? Let's move on. I'm not going to waste too much time with these things. Now it says here, for the director of music of David. Okay, so this is Psalms 11. "In the Lord I take refuge." Have you ever seen anyone take refuge anywhere else other than in themselves? Right? Some people might run into buildings to take refuge, and they do run into buildings. And when they get into that building, what happens? Their mind calms down, right? So really, they're not taking refuge in the building, but they're convincing themselves that because they're in a building, right, they're safe. But realistically, you're taking refuge in your mind. How can you say to me, "Flee like a bird to your mountain"? The mountain is your mind. "For look, the wicked bend their bows. They set their arrows against the strings to shoot for it from the shadows." The wicked, all right? "At the upright in the heart." All the great gurus, the Buddhists, the mystics, they'll tell you the heart is the throne of God. The heart is where God resides, right? Your wicked thoughts will try to shoot things at your heart to deceive you and make you do bad things and tell you to ignore your heart, but you can't. Your heart is always right. Okay? Doing good comes from the heart. Remember, God is the supreme good. He's the supreme good, the supreme goodness. Okay, that's what he radiates consistently, is supreme goodness. And so if you are resonating in a good place, you are in the heart and you are dwelling with God at that point. So it says here, "The wicked will bend their bows to throw arrows at your heart." Just don't let it. "When the foundations are being destroyed, what can the righteous do?" Tell you what the righteous can do. "The Lord is in his holy temple." The holy temple is the mind. Okay? The holy temple, right? Remember, God dwells in heaven. The Bible told us the kingdom of heaven is inside of us. Okay, the Lord is on his heavenly throne above in your mind. This, when they talk about heavenly, they're referring to your head. Okay, the throne, the mind. He observes everyone on earth. He observes everyone on earth. He observes his own body, all of his thoughts, right? His eyes examine them. The Lord examines the righteous, but the wicked, those who love violence, he hates with a passion. Okay, on the wicked he will rain fiery coals and burning sulfur, and a scorching wind will be their lot. Remember, Jesus, when the people were gambling in the temple, he came and he threw over their table, right? Or Yeshua, I should say, because he hates the wicked. He hates the unrighteous. And that's how you feel, or that's how you become when you become conscious of yourself. You meditate and you become aware that you are God in flesh. You begin to hate the wicked because you resonate on the God frequency, which is love, and you despise the wicked and you despise the wrongdoers of this earth. Okay? For the Lord is righteous. He loves justice. The upright will see his face. The upright will see his face. If you are living righteously, you will see God in everything. If you are upright, you will see God in everything. I see God all the time. I see God when the birds are flying by and flapping their wings. I see God when the waves are, on the ocean, or the wind is blowing through the grass and the trees. I see God all the time. It's just so beautiful when you recognize the creator, or the ineffable one, the source of all thing in everything. It's a beautiful thing to come to that realization, and I hope that one day you will get there. Now, it does take a reasonable amount of understanding to get that, but what I want to tell you is that we are greater than we've been convinced to think that we are. And if we keep allowing ourselves to be reduced to just human beings, it's going to be a long life for you. And it's unfortunate because when we leave this world, whatever is matured into our soul, or the main resonance, main energy or frequency or vibration that we resonate on while we're alive, is what we become when we leave this world. So if you are resonating on God frequency, you will dwell with God. Excuse me. But if you're resonating on a low frequency, you probably have to repeat this life until you learn it, okay? Or you learn what you need to learn. But remember, God is pure love. If he is pure love, you have to be able to resonate on that frequency. And if you can't, then you cannot merge with that, right? It's like you can't mix oil and water. They don't mix. Oil sits at the top, water at the bottom, right? For a reason, because they're of different resonance, different vibration, sorry. So if you want to resonate with God eternally, you have to be in a state of love and see God's face in all things. That's it for this video. I hope this brought value to you. Leave me leave some comments below, any questions you have. Like, subscribe, share, I appreciate it. And also, it's crazy. It's like this channel is slowly becoming a religious channel, but it's not a religious channel. It's a spiritual channel, and it's about spirituality and taking you to your highest vibration and helping you recognize yourself. So I hope this brought value to you. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.